Welcome everybody to the Sicilian Corner. Mikey here behind the booth and pushing all the knobs and controls, hopefully. Is our good friend Lou Blassie. Lou, how are you?
Very good. How are we doing? I'm excited for the show today.
You know something? We need a bigger studio because we got the place just about completely full here. But it's an honor, and I mean that sincerely, to have with us the Consul General, represents Italy in Boston. He's going to be here for another 2 or 3 years, I believe. Arnaldo Minuti. I love that.
Thank you.
It's nice. It flows. It flows. And you're the Consul General. Welcome. Welcome to the Sicilian Corner.
Thank you, Mike.
You know, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And why don't you tell our listeners who you brought along here?
So, Mike, and to all the audience, thank you so much for the invitation. First of all, it's for me, a great opportunity to meet the community. So I'm here with my colleague Ivana Marroncelli. She's the
say that again. The last name.
Marroncelli. Yeah,
it sings. I mean, beautiful. I love that.
Yes, we have all beautiful names. So Minuti, Marroncelli, yes, and
Lomaso.
And so Ivana, she's here. She's the head of the education office at the Consulate General. So she's in charge of promoting and supporting the Italian language. So she's the one actually dealing with the schools, with the students, in supporting the teaching and the courses of Italian language in our consular jurisdiction. Yeah.
You work on getting visas for students that want to go to Italy to learn for the colleges. Is that my understanding of what you do?
Maybe I will just let's say complement my part. So she's working with the students here and the teachers here in our jurisdiction, and she's the one supporting them in learning the Italian language.
Oh, I see. Okay, good.
Then of course we have also of course American students that want to come to Italy and let's say
you're right,
learn in Italian or
learn the culture and the tradition. Yeah,
and of course there is also this part of the job which is of course issuing the visa for students and also teachers to come to Italy.
What exactly does a Consul General? What is your primary focus? Because I have no clue.
No, thank you. Very interesting question. Good.
All right.
Now, our job basically is representing Italy in this part of the United States. So we are part of the so-called diplomatic and consular network of Italy in the US, which is coordinated by the embassy. So we have the ambassador, the embassy in Washington, and then the network of 9 offices, 9 consulates all over the country. So we are in Boston for New England, and then we have all the other.
It's all in New England except for Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're under New York, right?
Yeah.
So there's 9 consulate.
Yeah, we have
throughout the United States.
Yeah, we just going anti-clockwise. I would say we go from Boston, Detroit, Chicago, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Houston. Then we have Miami, Philadelphia, New York, and also in Washington we have a consular. We have the embassy in Washington, but also consular offices, because basically consulates provide services to the Italian community or people that are of Italian heritage.
What distinguishes between an ambassador and a position Consul General that you hold?
Yeah, so the ambassador is our chief, let's say. The ambassador.
He's the head.
He's the head.
He's
yes.
the boss. All right.
The boss.
All
the ambassador represents the Italian government in a foreign country.
Ah.
Yeah. And of course, we are helping the ambassador, the colleagues at the embassy, in providing, as I said, services to the Italian community, and also in promoting Italy in the cultural field, in the business, economic, trade relations, in scientific relations. Later on, you will also have the opportunity to listen to the other colleague that is with us today.
We have another guest
we have
coming
another
in.
guest, but later on we'll
Once we get to our first commercial break, we're going to play musical chairs, Ivana. All right.
Okay.
And then you'll be back at the end of the show and
Okay.
you'll close it off with us. It's going to drive Louis crazy, but that's what I'm here for, because he's got it made over there. He doesn't have to worry about too much. I want to ask you if you could tell our Sicilian Corner listeners a little bit about your history, your life, where you were born.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. So myself, I would say I'm a professional diplomat. So I entered the Foreign Service, the Italian Foreign Service 25 years ago. So I entered the Farnesina, who is our Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is how we call the Foreign Services, or the building, let's say, in Rome. So I started working at the ministry for a couple of years. Then I started our work abroad, because we have mandates abroad. So we spend some years abroad representing Italy, doing our job, and then we go back after a while to Rome just to keep working in the ministry.
So you're part of the diplomatic corps.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so my first assignment was in Africa. So I was working in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia from 2000 to 2004.
Really?
Yeah, it was a great experience.
So
Yeah.
you're in Ethiopia, now you're in Boston.
Yes. But in between, from Ethiopia to Boston, I had many other
You
postings.
were recently up in Edmonton, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice community. I like something. Canada to me is just beautiful anyway.
Okay,
I mean, it really is. I want Ivana. How about yourself? What's your history? Where were you born?
I was born in Abruzzo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
in the center of Italy, and
Sorry, you haven't asked me where I was born, but
I'm gonna get
later on.
You want to take over? Ivana?
I was born in Abruzzo, and I've been a teacher of English for quite a long time, 15 years more or less. And then I became a principal. So I've been running a school for 10 years now. And then I applied for this position at the
Interesting.
Ministry.
Interesting.
At the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And so I belong to the cultural diplomacy. And so as Arnaldo said, I am now fostering the promotion of Italian language in schools and universities.
We used to have an Italian show here in the studio, Nunzio De Marco, and he was a credit to the Italians that lived in this area. I mean, he would come on, Louis. I think he did like 2 or 3 hours on a Sunday, just in Italian, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
He was,
Years.
I know. He was devoted. And to that, I have to salute him. We have lost him, but he was so proud to say he was an Italian.
Mhm.
And I love that. Him and John Savastano, the two of them. I mean, what a nice show they put on every Sunday morning.
Mhm.
I'd like to listen to the music and the whole 9 yards. So I know somebody's biting at the bit over here. He wants to promote the town that he was born in. Go ahead. Get it out of your system. Get it out of your system.
Oh, thank you. So I am proudly born in Parma. Parma. The city of the Parmesan cheese.
I know.
The city of the Parma ham. The city of many other, let's say, food products. Also, we have a big in Parma. There's a big pasta producer, Barilla. So I mean, it's a good place to grow. Yeah.
I had the pleasure, I believe, it could have been 84, 85, I landed in Milan with my late wife, Lucille, and I rented a car. And we were heading down to Venice, but we decided we wanted to go to Parma, and we were going to spend a couple of nights there. And we actually spent 3. And I had just bought a new car, and it was called Coupe de Ville. And the hotel that we stayed at was called the Ville, something else, but the Ville was the name. Is that hotel still there? You know?
Yeah, might be. Yeah.
You haven't been back home for a while?
Not for a while, but I will double check. Then let you
What
know.
What a nice hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, they treated us like gold. And I remember that we were up over a piazza and looking down on that square at night, and you see couples walking around. I mean, they wait till it gets a little bit cooler, and then they walk around. But you mentioned the Parma Reggiano cheese, the history behind that. There's actually, Lou, a museum in Parma that we took a tour of, and it goes back to like 1200.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. And the monks that I think started
the production.
The production of it. I mean, today they do the exact. That's why they can only get that DOP if they right if they follow the strict rules. But I remember walking into a room. These wheels are 100, 125 pounds of cheese, and that's how they age them. But they're stacked like 25 high. I looked. I says, if one of these things would have fall over, you're dead. You're gone. Yeah. History. And you mentioned
this is actually what. So thank you so much for bringing this. This souvenir forward, because this is exactly what we. This is exactly our history. So for us, food is culture.
Exactly.
And that's why recently. Italy presented the candidature of the Cucina Italiana, the Italian cuisine.
Yes.
So the overall component of the Italian food culture and production, which is heritage, which is basically our history, to UNESCO, the United Nations organization promoting culture and education and science, to be the Cucina Italiana to be recognized as World Heritage of Humanity. So
now isn't that something?
Thank you for raising this point. Yeah.
In the Parma prosciutto.
Yeah, and the prosciutto, of course, the Parmesan is a great component of this Cucina Italiana. Yeah.
I mean, what's better? You make a charcuterie board and you put forget about it.
What's better, or probably the same. We are talking about the same. Talking about World Heritage, intangible World Heritage, as UNESCO defines this kind of traditions of heritage. Recently, a few days ago, il canto lirico, la lirica, was proclaimed World Cultural Intangible Heritage of Humanity.
Right.
So we are also celebrating l'opera italiana. Yesterday or a couple of days ago, La Scala di Milano was there was the opening of the season. So, and they actually celebrated this recognition, this international recognition of the opera italiana.
Wow.
And let me say that Parma is also
what a beautiful community.
Yeah, and also in the Lirica, Parma is the area where Giuseppe Verdi, our great composer, was born. And so in Parma there is the Teatro Regio.
You're very proud, huh?
Yeah, very proud.
Yeah. That's wonderful. I think it's good.
You can tell it.
I have Barilla pasta at home.
Barilla pasta. There's a big Barilla facility there in Parma. Ivana, how do you compare the food here in the United States compared to Italy?
Well, it's a very hard question. Well, Italians are very picky about
the food. The dishes themselves are much smaller than what they present here in the States.
Oh yes, they are 1/3, I think. Yeah. But also the fact that we have this tradition of having a lunch or dinner together with the family, the respect of tradition, the respect of how it originally, the recipe was originally made by your grandmother or grandfather. And
Exactly.
so that's
Exactly.
something that every Italian has. If you start speaking with somebody and you start with the cuisine, and you have an open way in front of you. And so the comparison with the American cuisine, if I can call it like that, is a bit difficult because
Okay.
what struck me at the beginning was the fact that we like to eat very slowly. On the contrary, you go very fast, and I see many people having their lunch or on their own, watching their maybe the phone or
It's crazy. No.
So that is not so good, even for your health.
And and I noticed on Sundays it's family day.
Yeah.
I mean, even the stores close earlier, and Sunday is like it used to be here in the United States, when you either go over Nana's house, your mother would cook a big dinner, and you'd sit down and you'd have, it was conversation.
Yes.
Now, who's working on Sundays? Who's doing this? Who's playing this? Whose sports is this? It's crazy. But listen, I'm up against a break, but you're going to come back, Ivana,
Okay.
and you're going to be on the last segment with us.
Okay.
We're going to listen to commercials, and if it wasn't for our sponsors, like December 4th, like I was telling you off the air, 23 years we've been on the air. 23 years. And if it wasn't for our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do that. So listen, we're going to take a quick break. We have some great Italian restaurants coming up. I mean,
great.
maybe you can get some ideas on where to go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Louis, why don't you take us out to break, pal?
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's seaside Italian kitchen and pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibe Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites, and the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverbeef.com.
When you dine at Ristorante Melisse in Amesbury, Massachusetts, you feel at home while enjoying an authentic Italian dining experience not to be forgotten. From the appetizer to dessert, you won't regret your choice. Bring your cravings and appetites. They promise you won't leave hungry or without leftovers for the next day. Takeout and catering are also available. Give them a call or visit them online for the menu, online ordering, and reservations. RistoranteMelisse.com. That's RistoranteMolise.com or call 978-388-4844. Ristorante Melisse, where you're treated like family.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141. With a commitment to excellence, Colizzi Memorials is dedicated to helping families capture the spirit of their loved ones by building beautiful, lasting tributes that will endure the test of time. Trust Colizzi Memorials to build a personalized tribute that would reflect your loved one's life forever. That's Colizzi Memorials, 217 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts. Telephone number 978-674-7035. 978-674-7035.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Consul,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
All right, and we are back. Consul General. Wow, that's nice. That sounds, Yeah. I never met a consul. I have met a consul general before. Giuseppe. He came on with me, and the young lady that you took her place, what was that?
Federica.
Yeah. What a beauty. Why is it Italian women are so pretty?
Probably because of our heritage.
Listen, Ivana has changed into another outfit. Who do we have sitting next to you?
So let me introduce our friend and colleague, Professor Paolo Gaudenzi. Is our counselor for scientific cooperation. So he's in charge of developing or fostering the cooperation in the science sector from Italy and the US. He's a professor of space engineering space. Please, Paolo. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you on with us. And again, I know you guys have a really tight schedule, and to make room to join us here on the Sicilian Corner, it's really wonderful. We welcome you.
Okay.
And your job sounds you're a professor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike. It's really a pleasure staying in your studio and with your people listening to the radio.
Well, you know, we're very fortunate. Our listeners, the station is owned by Pat Costa, and he takes very good care of us. And you know something, I look forward to Fridays. I look forward to Fridays. I really do. Consul General, we have a caller for you. I believe Roger Trudell is on the phone with us. Roger?
Good morning. Sorry. Buonvenito. That's about all I know other than Ciao.
Grazie.
Hey, you're French. What do you know?
Yeah, I know. By the way, everybody on that dais looks great, including you, Mike.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
You're really
Go ahead. Now let the bomb fall.
The question I have is, I have a niece that is actually, she and her family are going to apply for dual citizenship, and one of the other one is Italy.
Wow.
And I want to know, can she partake of the education services to learn the language, and how would she go about doing that, and how busy are they?
We really are noticing a great interest in acquiring or reacquiring the Italian citizenship. So we are actually looking this situation with interest, because we like to see many people wanting to or wishing to get their citizenship, their Italian, so trace back their origin, their heritage.
Wow.
This is actually something that is one of the main activities of the consulates, not only of the Boston Consulate, but of all the network that I described before. So we have actually, usually the first step is what we have published on our website. So
you got a good website.
On the website, you can find the initial information to understand how the process is, to see how or whether you qualify or not for applying for citizenship. So first of all, our initial suggestion is go on the website.
Okay, Roger, you got that?
You find the information, and then you write an email. You find all the information on the website to our office, and we provide information.
Okay, Roger, thank you very much for the call. Is he off? Or?
Thank you.
There he is. All right, very good, very good. So again, you have a very unique. You're being borrowed, correct?
Oh, yes.
You have a short-term
residency.
I'll call it residency. Okay.
It's 2 years.
It's just 2 years.
Yes.
And the Consul General you serve for?
We usually serve 4 years. Yeah, I did one. So because I arrived to Boston in September last year, 22. And so I look, my horizon is summer 26, when the World Cup would take place. So I hope the soccer World Cup. So I hope to be here watching Italy playing the World Cup. Yeah.
Would you recommend the diplomatic corps to most people?
Of course, yeah.
But you're a lawyer by trade, right? You have a master.
My background is law. Yeah, I studied law in Parma, at the University of Parma. Then I spent 1 year in the military service. So when I was young, when I was at that age in Italy, we had the military service. So I was in the south of Italy.
And you're a lieutenant.
I was I started in the army, in the tank, the tank.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Tank commander.
And then I moved to Carabinieri. So I'm also a very proud Carabiniere. Of course, the Carabinieri.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's part of the police, part of the police department.
Yeah.
But there's one other thing you're missing. And and I'm going to ask you toward the end of the show, because I want you to explain to me what a knight, who you happen to be one. What a knight is in 2023. I'm dying to hear this. All right, I really am. Let's talk about the professor.
Yeah.
What do you find most interesting in your position?
Oh, it's a great job.
Oh, you got a nice radio voice. He's got a nice radio voice.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. You hire nothing but the best, right?
Yeah.
I'm using this voice for my students every day, so they have to learn from a good professor. So
the woman must go crazy for you.
Don't tell that. I'm a very happy.
You catching this guy?
I'm a very happy husband. So don't put me in tricky.
No. I don't want you to get in trouble. But the college you work out of is in Italy, correct?
Yes, it's in Rome. It's in
Rome.
Rome, Rome La Sapienza. It's very close to the Colosseum, very close to the St. Peter in Chain statue, where there is the Michelangelo Moses statue.
Wow.
And we are doing engineering right there. I mean, not engineering like for classical studies, but engineering for high tech. So we were named like in the best 10 universities on different disciplines all over the world. So we are very close to MIT, to other schools. We are in very good positions in physics and so on.
And all of this basically is to spread the Italian culture and the history, correct?
Exactly. But also the role of Italy in technology, in science and technology. We have very good scientists. We have very good students.
So you never hear that. You never hear that. You never hear that.
Yeah. And we have also very good inventors, meeting inventors and investors. It's also my role to develop new companies, to further, to push for business coming from Italy, and maybe Italian that are doing business in here and American taking profit of it. This is a major point for developing technology nowadays, not only science and technology, but also business based on high tech, and very good students, young people that are taking the lead in that.
Okay. How did the age, say from 23 to 30?
Yeah.
There seems to be an exodus going on in Italy. It seems like people that have gone to school, they leave because they can make more money someplace else. How do you go about changing that thinking? And are you trying to get businesses, like say from the United States, and try to sell them on the fact that they could do very well in Italy?
Yes. The point is to reinforce Italian identity, because Italians, and I mean, very well as Italian Americans, can do very well in here, but keeping their identity, keeping their tradition, keeping their, approach to life. And there is also an approach to life for technology, for invention, for new things, for business.
Yeah.
There is a huge amount of opportunity for small, medium enterprises coming from Italy, maybe having production in Italy and developing a market here. Things like that. So we are trying to develop initiatives at the consulate in the direction of big science, in the direction of education for young people, and in the direction of innovation, startup, meeting closing the bridge between finance and inventions.
Very good. Very well said. Very well said. Huh?
Can I say something?
Hey, you're the boss. Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
No, I ask permission. No, just to complement what Paolo said. So this is really something that we have noticed. Of course, there are many students or graduated or now becoming entrepreneurs and scientists that left Italy and are here in this area. So a great deal of our job is to connect them, to create a group with them, because exactly as Paolo said,
Spreading the word.
Yeah, they are Italy. They are representing the excellency of Italy in this part of the world, and they are proudly Italian. So they would like to develop bridges, to develop connections with Italy, because of course they like, their heritage. So probably we are not sure if they will change or come back to Italy. But the important is that they are connected, and really they help us in promoting Italy in this part of the world.
No, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that you're based in Rome. Rome is an interesting city. My God.
Can I tell you the story of some of my former students? There is one that might interest you in the next future. You know what? In January, there will be a crew reaching the International Space Station. And you know what? My former student, Walter Villadei, a colonel of the Air Force, will drive the navetta and reaching the International Space Station for a few weeks.
No wonder you're so happy. Look at the smile.
Yes,
man, you got a beautiful smile.
Of course.
You really do.
You know, the former students are the real strength of a professor.
Absolutely.
We are based on that.
Listen, before we go to a break, Dr. Steve Zappler.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure we said hello. And, he's a big fan of yours. You know that. And you were at the feast this year, the Feast of the Three Saints in Lawrence, Mass. And the members were very proud to have you alongside what was going on. Tony Parmesan, our president.
Right. Yeah.
We were very, very impressed with you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And
we hope you make it a yearly.
Yeah. Of course.
That would be great. That would be great.
And no, thank you for raising. So a big abbraccio, a big hug to Steven Zappala. So and to all the members of the San Alfio Society, the president Parmisano. So thank you for this opportunity to greet them. Yeah,
it does a great job in the Merrimack Valley area, and it has been, like you were celebrating 100th.
Yeah,
and it was an honor to have you on board with us. Yeah. Listen, Louis, why don't we take a quick break? And when we come back, Professor, we're going to have Ivana sitting in that chair. You know why?
For the best.
She's pretty. She's pretty. That's why.
Much better.
That's why.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
My pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. Louis, we'll go to break.
Ciao, this is Esther of You Meat and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce, all of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's seaside Italian kitchen and pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibe Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Sisters and co-owners Antoinetta and Elisa brought their family authentic Italian recipes from Molise, Italy, and a warm and welcoming dining experience to its customers at Ristorante Molise. The combination of their meals made from natural, homemade, fresh ingredients and your time with family and friends together at dinner time is unmatched. Located in Market Square in the heart of Amesbury, they're open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 3 to 9 p.m. and are available for private parties during off hours. For reservations, call them at 978-388-4844. That's 978-388-4844.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141. With a commitment to excellence, Colizzi Memorials is dedicated to helping families capture the spirit of their loved ones by building beautiful, lasting tributes that will endure the test of time. Trust Colizzi Memorials to build a personalized tribute that would reflect your loved one's life forever. That's Colizzi Memorials, 217 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts. Telephone number 978-674-7035. 978-674-7035.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Consul,
Owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at 4 Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back on the Sicilian Corner. We're honored to have a group from the Consul General's facility office at the Federal Reserve Building. And let me tell you, you're on the 18th floor, I think.
17.
17, all right, 18, 17, who's counting?
Yeah.
But the view, you got good gigs. I mean, that's beautiful out there, let me tell you. I mean, I really, Ivana, I mean, your office have a window?
Yes.
Oh.
I love it. And it's very curious because sometimes you see helicopters passing and you see the helicopter man there.
Oh, they're wave. I know.
You can wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, listen, we have Anthony DeMarco, and he wrote in and he says the North End used to be an Italian section of the city. It has since been changed with restaurants run by a handful of select owners. How does the atmosphere compare, Tony DeMarco from Lynn? That's a pretty hard question for you to answer because you haven't been here long enough. There has been a big change, and you have restaurant owners that'll own 6, 7, 8 different restaurants underneath the umbrella of the main one.
Mhm.
So that's a pretty difficult question. We had Roger called in, and Nancy Patera DeMarco. She's one of our best listeners. She's a gem. We were talking about Tuscan Village and the Farrow family, and Rose Farrow, which is Joe Jr.'s mother. That's Nancy's sister.
Mhm.
And she's a big fan of our show, and she supports. It's Barbara Cody. She's my significant other, and she said good morning. And you know something, it's good to hear from everybody. And once again, YouTube, Facebook, tonight when you have a nice glass of vino and you're relaxing, you can watch YouTube, Facebook, and you can watch the show and see how you present it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know, you'd be surprised. You learn a lot by watching yourself.
I always learn. Yeah.
I mean, you're not shy. I know that. I can tell that a mile away.
Yeah.
But
Mike, can I say something about the North End? Going back to the question that Anthony DeMarco.
Sure.
We're organizing a series with the Comites, which is an organization, an institutional organization which helps Italians abroad. We are organizing a series of seminars about the story of Italian immigration in the North End.
Oh, that's nice.
And
that's nice.
That's going to be in the course of the next year, of course. So you could have information about this seminars, and maybe you can help us
spread the word.
Spread the word, yeah.
That's what I'm here for, girl.
We have some scholars who have studied Italian immigration in the North End specifically, and so they are going to speak about this history, which was really very interesting. And they will also present some pictures of the old North End.
Oh, nice.
They are so
that's a nice
interesting.
project. I like that.
Yeah.
Here in Lawrence, we have the History Center.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you, they've been so good about documenting the immigrants that came to this country, whether they be Italian, Irish, Polish, whatever the case might be. And that's what the city of Lawrence was really created for, because the powerful Merrimack River and the textile mills offered people a place to work.
Yeah.
And even though they were making sharp money, it was able to, pay for rent and to be able to put food on the table. But there's a great, I can't say enough good things about the Lawrence History Center. They're unbelievable. They really are. And, you look at Sicily and you look at all the different countries that came through and took it over at one time or another, whether they be the Arabs or whatever the case might be. And they all left something, whether it be the pistachio or whatever. And that's been all incorporated into the Italian cuisine. And I think that's what the Italian food is, probably the #1 food ordered in restaurants throughout the world. And
because of this mixing of so many cultures. In the history.
You take a little bit of this, you take a little bit of that.
You take the best of
everyone. It's a perfect world.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Consul General's where he was born.
Mm-hmm.
You look at that area. It's amazing, the food and the history.
Yeah.
I told you, there was a museum in Parma. I don't know if it's still there, but they talked about the cheeses. And to me, I'm saying 1,200. They were making this cheese and nothing's changed. I mean, they have a process and it's A, B, C. You don't deviate.
Yeah.
And the Parma prosciutto.
Wow, it's fantastic.
I mean, they have to take it from the toughest part of the animal. It comes from the shank of the animal, and that's got more fiber than anything else. I mean, you got to really know what you're doing. And they cure it with sea salt and they dry it out. And I never thought, every time I eat it, I mean, I love it. And I never thought it was from the leg of the animal. It's unbelievable.
But I can add something because in Italy, every region has its own specific cuisine, and they are all fantastic. Really, it's very hard
you're right.
to eat badly in Italy.
No, you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw an ad, and you mentioned that. You said, "How is this restaurant, Ristorante Melisse?" And these two sisters came to this country. They started a restaurant. It's in Amesbury, Massachusetts, which isn't too far from us. But you talk about authentic.
Yeah.
And when you have the owner controlling the kitchen, not hiring somebody to run the kitchen, big difference. Big difference.
Yeah.
And they're dynamite people. I hope someday you get a chance to visit. Amesbury's a beautiful little community. And these two do an outstanding. I love to eat. Yeah, I think you can tell. And I love to cook.
Oh.
And I consider myself a pretty good cook.
Oh, wow.
And I think the family does too, because I get stuck doing most of it. But that's the story for another time, right, Lou? What was I going to say? I wanted to ask you the most challenging aspect of your job, the Consul General's, would be what? You got to walk the edge. I mean, you can't be controversial. You're not going to be on Channel 4, CBS, NBC doing interviews. I get it. Your opinion has got to be your opinion, and you keep it to yourself, basically, because you're going to get misquoted 100 times if you open your mouth up about politics or religion. But overall, the biggest problem with your job is what? The main. Do you have anything that's really a big nut for you to handle?
No, the biggest problem is that we would like to provide service. Our job is providing services. So, of course, sometimes it's not easy to reach everybody, to respond to everybody. And this is really something that we consider the difficult part of the job. So we are here for the community. It's not always easy to be there always. So, and to provide to everybody the level of service that they require. But our main job is really to serve the community and to promote Italy. So this is actually our main mission in the scientific field, in the educational and cultural field.
That was interesting. I didn't realize about the scientific aspects of it.
This is really interesting.
That was good. I'm glad you brought the professor along over here.
Of course.
And his voice.
This is my dream team. I mean,
this is your dream team.
Yes.
Have you given any thought to your next assignment, where you'd like to be, where your preferred assignment would be?
Well, as I said, I have still almost 3 years of job in Boston. I feel very well here. I will try to do my best here. So it's early. I mean, too early to look for. But thank you for the question.
The cost of living in Italy compared to the United States. I'm just going to throw a number out because that's my own opinion. I would think it's probably about a third less, depending upon what part of Italy you're thinking about. Whether you're in Sicily or Tuscany, I mean, so to me, I mean, if you could afford it and you had enough income coming in, and I would think, between Social Security and a little bit of extra money per month, like for $4,000, you think somebody could live comfortably in, say, the beautiful city of Parma?
Well, yeah, as you said, the Italian economy, the American economy, probably they run on different levels.
It does, yeah.
What is the right amount to live well in
No, I was
Italy,
just
or
curious.
what is the right amount to live well in the US? Of course, probably number-wise, there are differences.
Yeah. I was just curious because it's a laid back atmosphere, more or less. The food and some of the buildings and what you see. You mentioned the Colosseum.
Yeah.
First time I went, the Colosseum was open at night.
Yeah.
And man, I'll tell you, I sat there and I could see the catacombs. I mean, my mind was going a mile a minute. Listen, we're very close to wrapping it up. But I want to thank you.
Already, we would like to stay here. I mean,
well, you know something. I got a feeling that every 3 or 4 months you're going to be in here.
Yeah, please.
That's what I'm hearing. So I don't know. We'll have to talk to Sarah DeVecchio. She is a piece of work, man. Oh man, she watches your back like nobody's business. I love her. I absolutely love her. Hey, listen, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this show. You have any questions? And you want to get in touch with the Consul General's office, please. It's by appointment only, correct?
Yeah.
And something, they'll help you out any way they can. You want to become a dual citizen, and a lot of people are. This is the place to go. I want to thank everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. I know it's supposed to rain here on Sunday like crazy, but that's okay. We'll take it as a day of rest and relax. It'll be a family day. Take care, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Sicilian Corner.
Thank you, Mike.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Bye.